Alright, guys. This is gonna be my second game dev blog. Um, I had a surprising amount of reaction to the first one. Couple guys commented, couple people commented, and yeah, it would definitely surprise the hell out of me. But anyway, so I thought I'd do a little bit more of a comprehensive breakdown here and show you guys what I got going on for the game so far. So I have done a bit of work since the last time. Um, we've got some. I redid the coding that I had. I just kind of made it a completely new project. Because starting over at that point was easier than fixing what I already had. I basically would have just had to delete everything anyways. But alright, so here we go. The game does not have a name yet. We're working on that. I don't have any lore. I imagine once I start working on lore, we'll be able to do we'll come up with a name. We'll come up with something that fits with the lore and works. But the game is a turn-based tactical game. It's you employ small armies and you pitch yourself against a human opponent in a competitive match. Uh, the objective is to earn a set total of victory points. Once you earn a set total of victory points, you win the game. You can earn victory points by dealing damage or by controlling an objective on the map. There will be three objectives on the map: your home objective, the middle objective, and the opponent's objective on his side of the map. To control the objective, you need to have a greater presence score for the amount of units that are on the objective. Different units have different presence scores. So, and then, yeah, so the first person to get to the victory points wins. It's alternating activations. Um, so, y one person, uh, player one goes, he picks a single unit, and that unit gets 3 activation points. He then gets to spend those activation points on three different things: moving, attacking, or using an ability. Uh, Using an ability costs one activation point. Uh, Moving costs one activation point, and attacking costs two activation points. And then yeah, so basically that's kind of the format. That's the setup. After you use your activation points on a single unit, the turn then transfers over to your opponent and he picks a single unit and you just go back and forth. So that's how the turn structure is going to work, and what the objectives are. And then as far as like army compositions, you'll be choosing from one of 6 different races. Um, and we have the races here. We have dwarf, elf, human, orc, undead, and wildborn. Dwarf, elf, and human are pretty self-explanatory. Orcs are pretty self-explanatory, but they kind of I have orcs and orclings kind of look like goblins, but they're not goblins. They're just like less powerful orcs. uh, we're gonna have some lore involved with that. Undead is gonna be skeletons, vampires, and zombies all together, and then Wildborn is essentially anthropomorphic beastmen races, kind of like furries, but a little more savage and bestial. Um, so like, and then there's going to be variation with that. So they're going to be like predatory birds, uh, predatory birdmen, and then like minotaurs, like bull people, werewolves, werebears, um, rat people, those kinds of things. Just essentially a way to give them variation in play style and look and make them unique as a but yeah, so we have three evil races, quotation marks, and three good races: the human, elves, and dwarves, and the orcs, undead, and wildborn. All right, so for the playtests that I'm working up to, my testable version of the game, we're only gonna have two races: the humans and the orcs. These are the humans. Uh, I'm not gonna rifle through these right now. These are the orcs, the orclings. I only have 6 of each right now. There will be more in the future, obviously. I want to have like a roster of like at least 15 units per. But we have to work up to that. We're gonna just play test small scope. That's what we're working on. So just 2 races, 6 units each. And then yeah, so that's that. And then we'll go into showing off what I have so far in this preview. So this is the main menu. We're going to have the title menu at the top, obviously with the name once we can get it. I'm not looking to make this any prettier of a menu. I just want functionality at this point. We're just trying to get to the playtest version. So all of this is going to be ugly. Matchmaking, that kind of works. Army list isn't functional yet. Um, that's going to be one of the biggest, hardest things to do, I think, is creating the army list. Oh, yeah, the army list. I never talked about the army list. So, creating the army list, each unit is going to have a cost associated with it. You have one leader, and then you can spend your points however you want on the other units with some restrictions. So, like the caster units, you can only have so many in your army total. I'm thinking 2 of any one type of caster unit. And then yeah, you get 50 or 100 points. I haven't decided. I think we're gonna go with 100. So you get 100 points, and then each one has a different cost associated with it. Each character does, and you fill the roster based on the army cost. So you get one leader, and then the rest of the points is broken down over the however you want to divulge your list. So if you want to have like 60 soldier or not 60, if you want to have like all soldiers and one leader, you could do that. Like all foot soldiers and one leader, you could do that. But the idea is that you can customize the list to your liking and play the race that you like in the style that you like. But yeah, all right. So army list doesn't work. Settings, got very basic settings. This does nothing because I have no music, and this does nothing because I haven't given it functionality yet. And then if we go into matchmaking and find a match, this is like our pseudo. So that this box in the bottom left is going to be like the character avatar. When you click on that, we've got some scrolling functionality where if you pan to the outside of the screen, it will move at a decent pace. You could zoom out to get a better view. You can zoom into the one times. And then this light gray box at the bottom will have the 3 different actions that you could take. When you click one of those, it'll change the functionality of the unit. But yeah. So yeah, that's everything that we have so far. Oh shit, I didn't show one little thing that I worked on that was a pain in the ass. So right now you don't see an exit to menu button, but now you do, and you can exit to menu. Oh my god! All right, that's that. All right. That's everything I got so far. That is the game dev number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Looking, it'd be nice to. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you have any thoughts or want to contribute some ideas, or if you have some advice, I'd love it. I do have a Discord. Um, if you, I guess I'll post a link to that in the description. If you'd like to partake in um heavier conversing, we could do that there. And there, I also currently have a poll up right now. I might extend the poll for the potential third race, because I might have room in the scope for a third race with 6 units. And if you guys want to, you can vote for that on my Discord. Like I said, I'll include a link in the description of this video. Uh, Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.